Hey guys. Okay. So check this out. I pray that you guys are having a great day. You had a great morning, you had a great afternoon, you're going to have a great night. Whenever this video find you, I pray all this well. So I want to ask you something. So we're going to go back to John 21. I put up a post about it, but I'm going to make a video about it. So imagine, okay, so the disciples, they went fishing one night, right? And so, but they was fishing all night and they ain't catch nothing, right? And so they came and they saw somebody standing on the shore. And so as they was coming to the shore, they noticed that it was Jesus, right? And so when they got up there, Jesus asked them, hey, before they got there, before they got all the way to shore, Jesus asked them, hey, y'all got something to eat? And they said, no, we ain't catch nothing. And Jesus said, well, I tell you what, take your net and throw it to the right side, right? And so they throw their net over to the right side, right? I got to give you just a little bit of that. I think I did a video about that before. Anyway, so they threw it to the right side and they caught a lot of fish. And then when they got to the shore, Jesus had fire burning. He was already ready. He was already waiting for that meat. And they didn't even have to come prepared. The sacrifice was already that he had sacrificed the heat. And so that brings me to ask you this question. What do you have to bring to the fire for Jesus? What is it that Jesus has asked of you and you say, but I don't have it? And he said, well, just, do this and watch this. What do you have to sacrifice for Jesus? What can you bring as a burnt offering to Jesus? Imagine you being a person who say, Jesus said, I want you to help your neighbor. I want you to bless your neighbor. And you like, God, I don't have it. I don't have enough money. Then you find yourself, you get a promotion on your job, right? And well, that's extra money. Will you still bring that sacrifice? He already prepared the fire. He already prepared a way where you can have the extra money. Are you going to bless your neighbor? Are you going to bless him? See, one thing what God does, God, he tests us in the most amazing way. He wants to see, you can be around crying and say, oh, I don't have this. Oh, I don't have that. And God will make it happen. God, I don't understand the word. I don't understand when I'm reading the word. I don't understand it. But God bless you to be able to understand the word. Will you teach somebody? Will you show them how to study? Will you tell them what that word say? Well, God, I wish I see them walking, God. I wish I can, take them, pick them up, God, and where they won't have to be walking. But you ran with somebody else. And God said, oh, I heard that. Then God turned around and give you a car. Will you take that car and make it your idol? And if you see somebody in need, would you help them? See, that's the thing that God does. God looks at our lack, what we don't have, and he will take that little and he will multiply it. That's the same thing he did with the disciples. The disciples came, they broke bread with Jesus. They brought their fish and he cooked. I want to encourage you. When you are a person and you are with doubt or you don't have or whatever the little lack is, when God comes along and touch it, do not renege on it. Do not say, well, I got it now, but I ain't going to do nothing. Don't renege on it. When God bless you to be a blessing, where you once weren't able to be a blessing, be a blessing. Because that's what God does. God, he looks out on our little and lot. He looks out on it. He want to bless us. And he wants you to be a blessing to others. And another thing, when God bless you, don't you go around broadcasting to nobody that God bless you, that you bless somebody. Don't you dare do that. Let me tell you why you don't do that. Because the Bible says you never ever supposed to show your arms. He said because when you do that, your reward will only be here on earth, not in heaven. God said, I want you to bless in secret, and I will reward you openly. Ain't that a blessed God? Ain't that a blessed God? Because I see where some people, they can have this stuff on and they can, on Facebook or TikTok or whatever, where they blessing somebody. Now, in some situations, I don't know, maybe maybe some like maybe random acts of kindness to a certain degree. To a certain degree. I ain't gonna touch that too much. Because sometimes people could be doing random acts of kindness, and they can say, well, you can donate to the cause. Like, that's stuff that I do. But just say if you helping a homeless person, you just fed a homeless person, because God has blessed you abundantly where you're able to have extra money, and you can buy for you and you can buy for somebody else. Where God don't want you to go putting that camera up in their face, tell what God did for you. That ain't how it work. You don't do that, because God said, if you bless in secret, I will reward you openly. So anyway, that's what the disciples did. They said they didn't have, and Jesus gave them. And when Jesus gave them, they turned around and gave back to Jesus. But when they gave it back to Jesus, Jesus was already prepared a way. You don't know what God has on shore. You don't know what God has in place in store for you after you have blessed somebody. After God has blessed you, and you turn around and bless somebody else. I'm like, baby, the fire is already kindled. So be a blessing. And another thing that God was showing me too, you could be a person say, oh, I don't know how to sing. And God give you that beautiful voice to sing. You like, oh my God, I could sing a little bit, but I couldn't carry a tune like that. And God bless you to where you have a beautiful voice. Are you going to sacrifice and lay it at the altar? Are you going to do well with that sing? That's what God does. He take a look at what we are lacking, and he takes a look at what we already have, and we need to be enhanced or increased. You could be a man or a woman who desires to get married. Well, while you waited, when God give you that husband, that wife, will you sacrifice not being having that single mindset? Would you sacrifice not being selfish? Would you sacrifice and say, God gave me this husband, God gave me this wife, I'm gonna do right. God gave me this job, I'm gonna do right. God gave me this home, I'm gonna do right. Child. Yeah. So that's the word. You be encouraged, and remember, the fire is already kindled in you, around you, and for you. And when God say, give it to me, give it to him. Okay? Have a great day.